Let's do it live.
Hello, welcome. Yeah, welcome to our podcast. Hello, and welcome to Co-op the Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse.
And I'm your host,
Yep.
Raven.
On the podcast today. So, what do we want to start with? Do we just lead in with that? How do we podcast?
How does one podcast? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know where we're going.
Yeah, our goal for this episode is to just be kind of easy breezy.
Loosey goosey.
Yeah, we had a rough week. Everybody out there.
Everybody has them. We are not one of those people that just kind of post only the good parts of our life. We'll be honest with you guys. This week sucked.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
Lots of things happening at both our works. Lots of missed gym classes, which makes you sad.
Yeah, triggering depression.
Yeah, you just sleep longer and you sleep worse.
Yeah.
It's rough. So we're trying to, have a good time and be easy. And so with that in mind, we've got nothing.
We literally have nothing for you guys.
Yeah.
But we're going to force it.
Yeah, we're going to force it. We're going to talk about news, but our theme is going to be, we're going to add 30, 40 minutes of silence to the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
That's the theme section. So check it out.
Yeah, just check it out. You could actually skip this portion to just go on to that section.
Theme.
Yeah, get to the theme. It's really great.
Maybe that should have been our theme. It's meditation.
What that guy did in meditation would have been cool. But what that guy did at the Critical Role panel where he was like, everybody just take a breath. And it's like, nah, bitch, I'm here for Critical Role.
Right. But yeah, that would be a funny episode name. I don't know that anybody would be too excited.
No, I don't think anybody was here for that. I don't think I have the voice to do meditation. I don't think you could clear your mind for 30 minutes.
I'm not doing that. Like I said, we could just inject silence. They won't know we were not there.
Yeah. Exactly.
But anyways,
get some rights to some really nice, calming meditation.
Just
music.
Go and then just loop that bit of the
Yeah, I'll do that for sure. Anyways, let's actually get to something.
Yeah, we were gonna do definitely. We're gonna talk about our hotcakes. We have a couple announcements.
Have hotcakes.
Too, right?
Yeah, announcements are kind of the same, but really fun. We have more blog content. I mean, it's just one more article, but it is the recipe for my Almond Joy cookies. And I want you guys to know I had such a fun time trying to plan out the recipe because I didn't want it to just be a recreation of someone else's work. I wanted to try to incorporate, make it my own. All baking is
when we do any recipe at home and we're cooking, because we cook a lot too. We're showing off a lot of our baking, but we cook a lot of good stuff too.
Yeah.
We just wing it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, hey, I want to take this shortbread cookie and add some,
lemon. I made lemon.
Add some lemon,
shortbread cookies.
Or add some coconut and some, you're like, I'm going to mix it up. But never before have we ever recorded.
Written it down, yeah. It was a new experience.
Guys,
sure.
I make the best salsa in the world.
It's so good.
If I died tomorrow, nobody would ever know. Yeah.
I have an idea of how it goes, but it probably won't be as good. I'll probably forget something or not use enough cilantro or...
Yeah, and the cilantro is the secret ingredient.
It's the secret. Sorry, you didn't have to tell them it was the secret ingredient.
It is, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's a lot
Quadruple
of cilantro.
the amount, yeah.
Yeah. You don't like cilantro?
Tastes like soap to you?
Get out. This is a big bathtub.
We need to actually find somebody like that, because it's supposed to be 1 in 20?
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know how many it is, but we need to find somebody like that, because apparently none of our friends.
Yeah, all of our friends like cilantro. So, listeners, if you think that cilantro tastes like soap, let us know. We'll fly you out here.
About the salsa, yeah.
Yeah, we'll fly you to Seattle to have you try Jesse's salsa.
Yep.
We actually aren't flying you out.
No, we aren't.
You gotta pay for everything.
Maybe one day.
Yeah,
well, probably not.
Maybe.
But yeah, so we have new blog content. We got new blog content. It's a recipe by Raven, Almond Joy cookies. They were probably her best received cookies
so far
to date. Yeah, at all of our group functions. So
yeah, I'm gonna go back and redo some of the other ones that I mentioned before, and they are usually gonna have kind of a nerdy, silly theme, or like foods and recipes that you could take to events, gatherings with friends, like football and
you know
D&D
what
and
you
stuff.
should come up with?
What?
Is like not peanut butter cookie, but like sunflower butter cookie, or something like that for people who have like peanut allergies.
Yeah.
That's something similar.
Mm-hmm. I love sunflower butter.
Also, I think a sunflower cookie would just be like
really
the
good.
shit. So.
Yeah, and my niece is actually allergic to peanuts, and she
Yeah,
loves sunflower butter. So maybe I'll make some of those and I'll send it to her and see if we get her seal of approval.
Yeah,
because she's a child.
I'm just thinking that'd be an interesting recipe. I don't know why it popped in my brain. But.
No, I really like that.
Yeah.
But you'll get different recipes that are kind of like nerdier in nature, and more social in nature. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really proud of it, you guys.
It's super great. And we're trying to get more blog content out there too. We were supposed to come out with a couple other articles, but of course we got busy.
We're working professionals.
But I will say one article to get excited about, because apparently you guys love our podcast where we did the kind of guide for D&D Beyond.
Yes.
And creating characters
Content creation, or character creation.
Yeah, and I mean, we love D&D Beyond.
We fucking love it. It's one of our favorite D&D tools.
Yeah, absolutely. But apparently the word hasn't gone out there enough. So we're going to do our part and spread it and say that, we're coming out with an article about using D&D Beyond where we're going to do screen captures and step-by-step guide on creating your first character. Mm-hmm. And then we'll expand it from there and just cover all sorts of D&D Beyond stuff. But
like how to have campaigns and the differences in the pricing and what that means for your D&D group, things like that, because we've loved using D&D Beyond, and you guys know I like building characters, so I'm even like putting polls on Twitter to create a new character, and I'm going to start posting those onto the blog as well, so that there's some like pre-made characters that you can have for free.
Yeah. That'd be good content, I think, yeah.
I think so, too. And it puts that to good use instead of wanting to join like 30 different
and we're just trying to give our listeners what they want.
So another announcement, aside from our blog, is another really cool website to check out, and a really cool Twitter to follow is the one of Jurassic Outpost. They specifically are all Jurassic Park, and we really want to kind of promote this website because one of our really good friends and amazing supporters
a huge
of
part
the
of our
podcast.
fan base. Everybody knows him.
Everybody knows Corey A. Well, he is a huge Jurassic Park fan, and he is actually a writer for Jurassic Outpost. So go take a look. Go get some more Jurassic content, because I don't think I know a single human being that doesn't love Jurassic Park. And I'm going to say love. I'm going to make that love. You maybe have never felt love in your life, but you do love Jurassic Park. So go check it out, because they've
San Diego Comic-Con, they're going to be there.
They're going to be there. They're going to be walking around. You can find them.
So find out what they're about, and then go harass them until you get free stuff. I don't know. They're giving away stuff.
They're going to be giving away stuff. He did tell us they were giving away stuff.
Yeah. So they're cool. They're super cool.
But that's at San Diego Comic-Con, and so that's in a couple of months. So we'll plug it here. We'll plug it there whenever.
Yeah.
Until the day.
Yeah.
Our Patreon is still up, so go give us your money.
Yep. Or buy shirts.
Patreon.com/
While you're checking out the blog, buy a shirt.
Go buy a shirt. Absolutely.
Yeah. In all fairness, we put affiliate links in our blog post as well. So if you buy those really awesome silicone mats.
Yeah, I actually really recommend them if you like to bake. We've used them for a lot of stuff, and not just baking. So.
Yeah. Did you call out in your recipe about how they're like a little different than like using like paper, like baking paper?
No, I didn't. I say use whichever.
Like parchment paper. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's parchment paper.
So I think the way I view it is like the silicone mats lets the kind of oil coming out of the cookie kind of bleed through, while the parchment paper kind of absorbs it a little bit, right? So it's a little bit like it could get reabsorbed into the cookie. We've had a couple where, so just know that when you're making your cookie, you make those slight adjustments on it. So, or you have to, I think you can make the bottom crispier a little bit. Just check with your oven and like check out with the mats, right? But they're totally worth it, not having to like buy parchment paper over and over again and reuse it. And, they wash off, they wipe off really easy. Keep your sheet pans looking nice. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them. And did you link anything else in that article? No?
Nope, just that, because that's really the only thing that we've
used for that recipe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The rest are cookie supplies.
Yeah, we did get a sifter.
Which
we're excited to use in the next one, and if we like it, we'll post
Definitely
it in the next article. But.
And we got a cute little Jesse got me, because again, it's been a really shitty week, and my husband's super nice to me, literally the best human being on the planet, and he got me a super adorable cookie jar. It has a little bumblebee at the top. And it's really small, but it turned out to be really small.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's a cookie jar. No,
it's not.
We're
big
6
one.
Cookies.
Yeah, exactly.
I also think we tend to make our cookies bigger than everybody else.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Most
40,
recipes are like,
45.
Make a bunch, and you're like, okay, we got half that. We ran out of batter, so
no way. Because the ones, some of the other recipes that I made before, they're always like 20 cookies, 30 cookies. Most of the recipes I see are for small amounts of cookies. Whereas my recipe that I posted on there is for 40 to 45 cookies, you guys. You will not be running short on cookies.
Yeah.
For a while.
And they're good. They're worth it. I think, too, Mike, tasting notes. They're really good, fresh, but they were better
the next day. Yeah.
Yeah. They were better the next day, which, for cookies, usually you're like, oh, yeah, no, I want it like nice and gooey out of that. No. Let these kind of like cool down and really like get cool. And they are great.
Yeah.
They're still good warm, though. But okay, is there any other announcements we got other than check those things out?
Check out the Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/co-op-the-podcast. And then also on our blog is at co-opthepodcast.com. So check those out. And then the other one is JurassicOutpost.com.
Yeah.
So check all of those.
Like Jurassic.
Jurassic, like Jurassic Park. Yeah. Outpost, like outpost.
Outpost, yeah. They're easy words.
Yeah, we made it easy for you people.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so then what else we got? Let's jump into hot cakes. So lots of stuff came out in the news, I think, this week.
Yep.
New console
stuff
hardware.
That we at least want to talk about.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, new console hardware, PlayStation 5, and then Xbox. I don't know that this is like their competitor, the PlayStation 5, but they announced their, streaming only.
They're getting rid of
digital only.
Digital, yeah. Which obviously I am not a fan of, because we talked about it before, how that you're gonna lose it all. I like having CDs for a reason, so that I can have the game.
Right, and actually, I can't remember. Did the PS5 say they're doing that too? Yeah.
I think I remember you telling me that they had done that.
I can't remember if I thought you were the one who told me that, and then. I do know, the one thing I do know about the PS5 that was pretty interesting for me, because I haven't been able to really get into it yet, but I'm very interested in virtual reality. And like they're apparently doubling down on PlayStation VR.
I did see that.
Yeah, which is super exciting, because I actually kind of thought they were kind of backing off of PlayStation VR because they couldn't compete against like the Oculus devices and stuff like that. And so, maybe this is their redemption back into it now that they finally, because I guess part of the problem is the Oculus devices, anything driven by a PC, right, would be able to take advantage of those stronger graphics processors as time goes on, right? So they could come up with like, they're updating, you could update a new graphics card comes out every like 6 months, right? And you not saying you could update, you want to update it that often, but you could update it every year, right? And you could update your Oculus software and take advantage of it and get slight improvements. PlayStation VR is at the same level, based on the graphics card. That's actually probably part of the reason they were really doubling down on PlayStation Pro, upping their graphics ability.
Yeah. Better system, better hardware, whatever.
So yeah, that's one thing we can be certain. From what I saw, the PS5 looks just like the PS4.
Yeah.
Were you able to find out if it does have the drive or not? I believe they were removing it. So it's a trend. It's a trend that's maybe a few years too late. They could have come out with all media, and that was actually their intention. I remember when the Xbox One came out, they were like, the idea is you'll download games and not buy the disc anymore. But then they didn't do it for like 10 years. Until now, they announced the Xbox One S all digital version.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know that is necessarily the competitor against the PS5.
The competitor against the PS5, I believe, is...
There'll be a new Xbox.
They have different names.
They haven't announced it yet, yeah.
Xbox Scarlet, the Xbox Anaconda, or the Xbox Lockhart.
Right.
Are the ones. And there is the all digital edition, but then there are also...
Still disc editions for now, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's it's a way that you can go. You don't necessarily have to choose.
Right. I think it's supposed to be cheaper and it's just an additional thing. But so we're still to be seen what's going to happen with the Xbox.
Yeah, it does seem like some of the versions of it are going to be, they're just trying to make it more affordable, more cloud-centric, things like that. Yeah. And so they're hoping that it kind of becomes... I mean, they're reaching a market.
Well, so I'll tell you what I think is going to happen.
Yeah,
right?
tell me.
Because this... I was saying this in the last round, PS4 and Xbox One, X or whatever it is, right? PS4 Pro. I was like, they're not making new consoles. But I totally understand. They'll make a PS5 and they'll make another Xbox. But there's going to be a limit. At some point, they're not going to make any more consoles because consoles just can't keep up. Because again, the Xbox One X, right? 4K or PS4 Pro are a couple years old, right? And since then, and to whenever this PS5 comes out, there's no improvement in the device, where computers, like gaming computers, are improving every 6 months. So they just can't keep up, and they can't drive, I guess, consumption in a world where like PC gaming is getting more popular and cheaper, right?
Right.
So what are they going to do? They're going to change their entire model into digital content, which they're starting with the games. The next thing is going to be the actual operating system itself. It's just going to be like Steam, right?
Right.
You launch this app on your computer and it pulls up the Xbox console and you can play all your Xbox games from there. To Xbox Live.
Yeah.
That's it. Same with PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
And then I think Nintendo will be able to hold on a little bit long. And of course, I think they can also sell a desktop, like a box but like the PlayStation, let's call it 6 now or 7 or whatever it ends up being, is going to be like just basically a small computer. You can swap the parts out if you want to, and it just says PlayStation on the front, and it comes preloaded with the PlayStation app or whatever. And
right.
You could also load Windows on it if you want.
Yeah, which I do think will put Nintendo ahead of them because they're still not nostalgic.
Nintendo will not go that route.
Yet.
Nintendo is going to keep themselves
They
alive.
want that handheld and they want that connection.
Until smartphones get better, because then they'll make an app that you can play all your Nintendo things on.
Yeah, because they have branched into mobile.
Right.
So.
But yeah, like they're waiting a little bit longer, and they'll have that ability for another generation or two beyond Sony and Microsoft, I think.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, so that's basically what's going on.
Yeah, you'll see those in 2020.
2020? Yeah.
2020, which is in a year, you guys. Isn't that fucking crazy? I remember year 2000.
Time's just fine.
Y2K.
What else? Netflix stuff. So there's, or not even just Netflix now that we have Disney to talk about. Because we used to do that, right? We used to talk about Netflix, I think, specifically, and Hulu specifically.
Yep.
We're just going to start talking about streaming stuff.
Streaming.
There's
getting
to be too many options.
Yeah.
So we're not going to specify. If you can't figure it out, learn to
look
Google.
It up.
Yeah.
No, maybe not. Maybe.
But anyways, The Witcher TV series.
Yeah, so Netflix is coming out with a Witcher series. And if you don't know what The Witcher series is, it is a group of video games. They're on the third one at least now. And then some novels and whatnot. So there's a lot of Witcher content out there.
Yeah, it follows that like Germanic fairy tale,
very fairy
lore feeling. Yeah. It's which is what I love about it, right?
I love all of the like you said, kind of like that fantasy, but then also fairy tale, folk tale, like stuff that you
that
would
like
hear
European
from, like, your
part of the world
yeah.
where they had like the dark forests and they told stories about kids getting lost and
getting eaten by hags. There are hags in this. Like the story is about someone of a kind of fantasy, like magic.
There's a little bit more magic
realm.
and fantasy built into the story of the central characters.
Yeah, exactly. But
you can see the everyday servants and peasant class living and like all this stuff's happening around them, and it's crazy.
It's also very similar if like you're interested in playing but you've never played. I mean, it reminds me a lot of Skyrim. If you're a fan of Skyrim, then you will really like The Witcher. It's like Skyrim but with more story, I think. So I definitely would recommend picking it up. But the TV series has been up for a lot of debate because people are being cynical. I might also be a little cynical about how it's going to be produced and how who they're going to have play Geralt and Yennefer and all those characters that... I
think for a long time... Didn't they try to do one a while back?
I do not know.
I think there's like weird videos out there of like some like half-assed super janky looking Witcher series.
I've never heard of that in my life.
The Witcher series is produced by a company out of the Netherlands, right?
Yes.
And I think it was a Netherlands show on like, Netherlands HBO basically or whatever for and very brief run, probably got canceled really quickly, right? Because it looked bad.
That sucks.
But so ever since that aired, everybody has been talking about who should play who. Right. I remember on the internet for a long time before they even announced they were going to do the show, people were like, they should do a movie about it and here's who should play who. And everybody had their opinions. And so it just got to be, everybody has an opinion about it, right?
Yeah.
If it hadn't gained that sort of popularity, I think it would have been fine. Or you know what I mean? The conversation would be fine. But yeah, keep telling us about the controversy. Everybody's getting uppity.
Well, everybody's just getting uppity because it's basically... They picked Henry Cavill,
Superman,
as Geralt. And I don't think that is where most people saw that particular character going. Because, I mean, he looks very soft, to be honest. I mean, and I think it's probably like when you're in a franchise and you're known as that actor or that character, it's kind of hard. So I know him as Superman, and Superman to me was always like soft. Not rugged, not like Geralt is, like covered in scars and things like that. It just didn't feel right.
Yeah, but he did post the picture with the scar the other day. I think a lot of people probably saw it and were like, what?
Yeah, I do think like I'm getting more and more comfortable with
that. So here's the problem with
also
Geralt,
I haven't seen that picture, but I would like to know.
Yeah, I'll find it. A little bit more behind Geralt, I think with the problem with the way like people kind of envision him, and I think like the reason nobody can quite be satisfied, is that like, he's got this like silver white hair. He's supposed to have taken all these potions so that he like ages slowly, and like so he's a little bit of a difficult age to like pin down, right? But he's clearly like seen some shit, like he's older. But, like, you couldn't tell if he was late 30s, 40s, 50s even, because he's got this, like, silver hair, but he's buff as shit, right?
So buff. Very hot.
Yeah, so it's very difficult to tell. So I think people have a hard time envisioning literally anybody who we know that information about in that, like, you can't make Henry Cavill mysterious enough, right, to be Geralt.
I know. It's very hard to see him as that. And then there was, hold on.
But there's literally nobody you can. And I think, the magic of film would make it better. There was
one that everybody had wanted.
While you look that up, because I have the information. In 2002, there was a Polish TV series.
Oh, Polish.
Called The Witcher. I actually cannot see on this how long it ran. But you can YouTube it, and you can watch the full episodes on YouTube. They're about an hour long. Part of this is the fact that it was done in 2002. Part of this is the fact that it was done by probably... I mean, this is going to sound terrible of me, but I am just going to assume that Polish TV networks don't have as much funding.
I don't know if that is actually.
Netflix.
I don't think that that's actually mean. I mean, I don't know if they do.
Right, and I don't know that it was actually filmed there. It could have been filmed anywhere. I don't know what network put it together, but I'm just gonna assume that Netflix, who's well known to just dump boatloads of cash. I mean, they raised our price. Just dump boatloads of cash into the production of these shows is gonna do a better job.
Yeah. So the person that I always thought would have been a really good Geralt, moving back to that, is Mads Mikkelsen, who was he played Le Chiffre in Casino Royale. And so there was all this art going around of him as Geralt, and I think he would have been the best, especially when you see that kind of look.
You know what the one I see here that I agree with though?
What?
Nicolaj Coster.
Is that Jamie?
Jamie Lannister.
Yeah, I could see Jamie Lannister doing it too. Yeah. But they picked Henry Cavill, and I mean maybe that'll work. Maybe. Well,
because maybe the hard part for both Jamie Lannister and that other guy, they got to get shredded. As fuck.
I'm pretty sure the guy that plays Jamie Lannister is shredded. I think
I follow him on
Instagram.
From what I remember reading, at least when Superman was coming out, and it could just be a hype piece, but I don't think anybody except for maybe Thor in his prime, but I think Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think Chris Hemsworth has honestly kind of let himself go in the later movies. Like I think he was way more jacked in Thor 2.
His muscles seemed
bigger and more defined. Yeah. But yeah, I think nobody was ever as jacked as Henry Cavill was playing Superman.
Right.
And Superman, it's ambiguous whether they're going to do another movie and stuff. Yeah, but they have to probably start with a good base. Yeah. But yeah, I remember reading it there, when you want to play the strongest superhero ever, you really have to go the extra mile. And so he was working harder, longer than most people did. And he got his body fat kind of into some real dangerously low territory.
Yeah.
I
think some of the other casting choices are a lot of people that I've never actually seen in films. So, or
the actual choices.
The actual choices. And I think that some of them look really good, and I think that we will hopefully get to I would love to see a trailer. I think that that's really what I'm waiting for, and it'll probably be coming out soon, at least a small trailer, because one, I bet everybody's asking for it and nobody will shut up. But two, I think that
they've already done some screencasts.
It's coming out in fall of this year. Fall 2019 is when it's set to be released. And so that is a season away.
You know what here too I'm looking at?
What?
I think this series is gunned at a younger Geralt.
Yeah, because it is. So Ciri in it is a young, when she's younger and she's going through training. So it seems like before. Okay, so no spoilers for the
Witcher
story
1, 2,
Witcher.
and 3 are the ones. 1, 2, and 3.
However, there are some the story of Geralt is he eventually loses his memory, and this seems like he is before he lost his memory, and so they're kind of. It's weird that they're going that route and starting the story there.
So it would be before the first game. Before the first
game, exactly. And we're getting a lot of those kind of scenes and whatnot.
Ciri's young, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of, we see a lot of this in The Witcher 3. So it just seems like that's where they're starting.
So I'm going to say, though, Yennefer, they got this lady who's younger, right? So yeah, okay.
She looks young.
If they're going with the young thing, so here's what I have is the perfect cast, and I'm gonna read them off because I think they're all great. But Nicolaj Coster, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Coster, maybe.
I don't know.
Coaster would be coaster on a table. That's weird. It's Coster. Nicolaj Coster-Waldau, whatever.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, that guy. As Geralt of Rivia, and that he could pull off the 40-something, 50-something buff like gruff.
And to let everybody know, the cast has been decided. Jesse is just late to having this conversation.
I know, I am. But I just found this list and I like it. So Kate Beckinsale as Yennefer.
Yeah, I mean,
especially the older, more
she's
kind
a little
of
bit
sultry, dark.
Yeah.
Yennefer's a hot one. Always pick Yennefer.
Always.
When you get a choice, pick Yennefer.
Well, the weird thing is in the new... Okay, so Triss is the younger kind of biddy that girl is getting with, and she's younger.
I think they're
than
supposed to be the same age.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the actress that they have playing Triss is very obviously older.
Right. Well, so they're both witches. They also both age. Like, don't age. They can look
I'm
like whatever
talking
they
about
want.
just the person that they actually have playing is very obviously older than Anya.
Well, so I'll tell you how I understand the story, right? Would be that Geralt's with Yennefer when they were both kind of younger. And then they split up, basically, and he went with Triss. Was fucking Triss for a long time. So, he went under the arms of the older one, but they're all in this, like, immortal weird phase where she might be 150, but
but
you're
they
100,
don't look
so
different
it doesn't
in
matter.
Age. But in this, there's definitely a difference in age.
Right, well, because I think witches, like, just stop. Like, they can change their appearance and just stop aging.
Yeah, but
the
actress that they've chosen, I don't care about the story. I'm telling you,
I'm saying it would fit the story. It would fit the story.
I don't think it would.
She stopped at that age, and Yennefer and Geralt aren't quite old enough to stop or slow down their aging enough, right? They're still getting there. But anyways, Liam Neeson as Vesemir, who is like the old wise guy who trained Geralt. Anna Sophia Robb as Ciri, who's his like daughter protege. Ward. Yeah. And then Christina Hendricks as Triss Merigold.
I mean, Christina Hendricks in anything. Just like,
and she's got the red hair that like pops, right? And she'd be like the right age to be mysteriously aged. You could age her down, age her up.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender as King Radovid, whoever. I can't remember that guy, but there's some other ones here. That
this is something that isn't really.
But like they're
not going to
Emily
recast
Blunt in it. Vincent D'Onofrio, who's
Vincent D'Onofrio, my man. How do you not know how to?
I don't pronounce things.
D'Onofrio.
But yeah, that dude is awesome. He'd be great in it.
I'm fucking love anyone. Just make Vincent D'Onofrio Geralt
as the Bloody Baron, which I do remember the Bloody Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio though as Geralt.
He'd play.
No, I'd go to the grave. I go to the grave on that ship.
Anyways, the cast has already been decided and whatever, but
I'll probably cut all that out.
That's rude. Keep it in.
The Witcher, the TV series on Netflix, is supposed to be released fall 2019. So we'll talk about it when it definitely gets to coming out. We'll do some reviews. I would like to play Witcher 3 again and stream it because I loved playing that game. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Definitely recommend it.
I mean, it's hours and hours and hours, but it flies by.
Yeah, Game of the Year a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get it pretty cheap on, a deal of
your particular
month or whatever.
Your particular whatever you play.
Yeah, and you can get the like complete edition with all the expansions. They were expansions back in the day.
Sure.
Definitely check it out. Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on to something we probably should have talked about last week
when
we brought up Star Wars. Yes. So one thing that they kind of announced this week is the Knights of the Old Republic series. They're planning on turning that into a film.
Right, which are hit video games.
Yes,
they are.
KOTOR.
Yes, KOTOR. And not the MMO bullshit.
The actual cool game.
The actual good games of the RPGs. Talking about Revan, I think his name was, Malik. Like Jedi and Sith right before, Yoda would have even come up, right? Like, it's just very like a generation
old
ago.
Tale. Yeah. Which is really cool because like they said in the original or in the panel, they're going to take a break from creating the Star Wars story. And so it seems like they're going way back, way back.
Right, and it makes sense now that I think about it because Star Wars, the heading, and Knights of the Old Republic, like they could just leave Star Wars off. It's in the same universe, but it's not in the same timeline because there's this, Star Wars isn't happening.
Right. It's like maybe a different war.
There's some fighting, but I don't think there's like a galactic war.
It's
of
really
any scale,
gonna be
right?
fun to kind of see where they take it.
It will be.
And,
yeah. Those games are fun. I've always been begging for another one.
The one thing that I think Star Wars does really well in their storytelling are the callbacks to things in the past of the story, like other movies that have come out already, is that little like touchback. And so it'd be nice to see what kind of calls to the lore that they're going to talk about in this, because it's going to be very heavy history.
Right. And I don't know, somebody might know out there. There might be like callbacks in the current Star Wars movies that we just missed to KOTOR, right?
Yeah, they'll pick it up in KOTOR and like expand
on it. Yeah. Or I'm thinking like too, like the new Star Wars movie coming out would be super awesome if they had like, you know,
a whole thing about Knights.
Yeah, some like old little thing kind of like drop the seed, you know, like Marvel movies would have done.
Right. Well, and so they do it like, I think like with Rebel One. Like, I think that is kind of a good kind of example of where they made a specific film that was after films that have already been filmed, a prequel, as some will say. So a prequel, and they find fun ways to kind of connect it to the story that's already happened.
Right. You can find a way to tie it in.
Yeah. I like the way that they tie stuff in like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would be cool, and I think that'd be great to tie it in, because like again, it's not Star Wars, it's in the same universe. Yeah. What connects them, right? Other than Jedis and lightsabers, like, and the fact that they're in the same universe, right?
Yada yada. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bring some artifact that connects them, but it'll be cool. And of course, there's a whole cast of characters there that'll be interesting to see.
Are you gonna tell everybody what your?
No, one of them's like robot.
Oh,
so, whatever. I don't have an opinion.
They always do a really good job on casting the best people to be the robots and making them really funny. And I mean, when they maybe sometimes die, it's really sad. So they do a good job.
Yeah, but yeah, they'll come up with a good cast, I'm sure. But we'll see when it gets closer to it. We'll start analyzing the cast and see. Sure. But there's just a whole bunch of characters they could do.
Absolutely. But speaking of games, so there is a new Star Wars game that was announced last week.
Yeah.
It is called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Right. And the only reason too this game is of note right now is because EA said
EA1 is a piece of shit.
Right.
And I mean, that's what they've
maybe they're changing their entire life.
Yeah, they realize maybe we are the bad guys.
Yeah, so it started. My experience with EA started with the Sims games, but it kind of like they took that mentality and they just applied it to everything. But they make you pay for like every little thing, like the Sims pet expansion, the Sims backyard barbecue party expansion.
I think you still also had to buy stuff within that expansion.
I think they started doing that a little later too. Oof. Yeah, and you're just like, okay. I mean, but just like even Sims 2, I remember starting there and like, yeah, it would be like $300 or $400 to get the whole game, right? And you're like, oh, okay. So they started off on the wrong foot, and they have said though for this Star Wars game there will be no loot boxes. Mm-hmm. No, in-game add-in costs of any way, right? That are going to interfere with enjoying the game itself.
Yeah, no microtransactions. Story-focused game, single player, which is different than what has been coming out lately.
Yeah.
And then no microtransactions.
No battle royale.
Yeah, which I love. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know if this loses me some cool points, but I don't love battle royale games. Like, I'm here for story. I'm okay. I like playing co-op, but I like us playing together in other ways as well.
Right, just watching. So I think we're both big RPG people.
We love RPGs.
Yeah, I think that's our gaming
Final Fantasy
thing, and not MMORPGs.
I did play a
solo
little
RPGs.
World of Warcraft with my dad growing up, and I do have a soft place in my heart for that. But yeah, I don't really play a lot of.
I don't like. You know what I like about RPGs? I like to become the best.
I
got to get the ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
But if I have to do a raid with like 30 people to get it, and then everybody gets it.
I don't like being social in my video game, so I don't want to have to plan a raid when I barely even plan get-togethers with my friends. Like, I'm barely having parties.
I can't coordinate that many
people. I don't want to do that.
It's tough. MMOs do have their place. And just like other games have their place. We enjoy all video games.
We do. We really do.
But if I had to pick up one all day, it'd be an RPG. I start by looking at what's new in RPGs before I start looking at anything else.
Yeah. But so the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, it won't have really any of that. So it's going to be based on the story of it. And I haven't really done much research into the story of it.
I don't think they've said much.
I think that there's a trailer. Okay.
So we're superhuman, and we just watched that entire trailer in less than 1 second.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're always watching all the trailers all consecutively at the same time forever.
Yeah, we have magic powers.
Yes.
But it looks like this is going to be in a really interesting time. Right after the execution of Order 66, when the Empire really, wins the war, right? And is establishing itself, and they say like kind of growing or budding empire or something, Yeah, what happened to... this is my only question is, I guess, was this guy already in the academy and he had to go into hiding? Or was he like just somebody who showed force potential that would have gone to the academy but now has nowhere to go?
Right. Yeah.
I'm assuming that maybe he was... Because like we saw Anakin kill all the younglings.
Yes.
But he didn't kill anybody between age 10 and his age,
Right, what this guy's age is.
Yeah, where are those people?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he might have been one of them.
It looked even like maybe a little bit later, too. So, I don't know. It looks really good, though. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I'm wondering kind of where the story is really going, how the mechanics are going to work in the game, too, because it looks to be a lot of either lightsaber fights or a lot of hand, like using the Force.
There'll be probably a lot of Force. Did you ever actually play KOTOR?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, so there'll probably be a lot of like using the Force and then like, click to attack with the lightsaber, and it'll just follow a pattern or whatever. But, it'd be pretty cool if they gave it a little bit more dynamic lightsaber actions.
Yeah. Off
of it, But yeah, the Force stuff will probably be like you could like set like 3 or 4 powers and then, like bumper and then left trigger, bumper, left trigger, right? And switch to whatever power, and they had cooldowns and it'd be like Force jump or push or lightning.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
That'll be what actually will be really cool too is will they allow you to go on down a dark path if you pick? Because that was actually the best part about KOTOR.
You got to choose if you're
the light side or the dark side.
That'd be kind of cool, like a actual ability tree almost.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Ability trees. Yeah.
Okay.
And you could unlock lightning, or you could unlock like.
Am I gonna play KOTOR? Can I?
Yeah, we have them. Yeah. We have them available on Steam.
Okay, dope.
So we can log into Steam and you can play them. Yeah.
All right.
You can play them today while we watch on PC.
Yeah.
Or install it at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, KOTOR, it was super fun for that. So if they follow that, because I don't see any reason why this guy has to stay a Jedi.
No, I think it's actually kind of cool if like you see the differences and what those having each ability. I think like it'd be cool if you eventually like can go gray like Luke Skywalker in the books, like go gray.
Yeah.
Middle, right down the middle.
I always used to play my characters in KOTOR that way. Like, because you could go a certain amount down the dark side, grab, the cool abilities, go to a certain amount and get the cool abilities, but you couldn't get, like, the super powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Like, your Force Lightning would be a little weak. But, hey, you have Force Lightning, I don't care. If it's weak, I'm still going to use it a bunch.
Yeah.
And then I always went for the best lightsabers in the game.
Yeah.
Because it's really cool the way you build lightsabers in that game, just to give you another pitch, is, like, you mix a crystal... a lens and like a power supply together, and they can form different stats and different colors based on the crystal. And there are two like different color and you had to farm the crystals, right? So you had to go rare places on every planet. There was like an option like deep in the ground, and you could find like little crystals.
Yeah.
Find the purple ones, find the orange ones. And then there are two rare crystals that are one of a kind that you had to find through doing like secret side quests, and you'd get like a white lightsaber and like a black lightsaber.
I want a black lightsaber so bad. Okay.
Super dope.
All right, I'm gonna play it. Let's move on.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this will be a good game. I think, I just think it'll be good. I'm definitely gonna play it. I don't care that EA is doing it and that they're might sneaky snake up on us and put in some stuff. I'm gonna get it and play it, I think. Actually, it's supposed to come out this year in November 15th for PlayStation, Xbox, PC, even. So we shall see. And actually, now that I read the article summary and not just the video, it does say that he was a Padawan named Cal Kestis, I guess, who survived Order 66. So he was already trained. So anyways.
Yeah. Oh, what was another cool thing that happened this week? Well, it's not cool. It actually kind of sucks. The Avengers Endgame spoilers kind of got released. I think like all the most important parts in the film.
So I didn't watch it because I couldn't find a link, but I did read.
But he really
wanted to. But I read a recap.
Jesse's thing. He loves to find out the story before it actually comes out to ruin it for himself and then potentially ruin it for Raven.
Yeah, and I can't wait to talk about it after the movie comes out. But yeah, it ruins everything. All the highlights, that's basically what came out. If a movie is like peaks and valleys and each peak only lasts a minute long, it's 5 minutes of spoilers, those are the 5 peaks of this movie.
Yeah, that sucks.
The most critical things that just basically you can fill in the gaps. So.
Right, like how they get to those points and whatnot in the superhero-y montages.
I mean, it's still going to be cool, and it doesn't matter that I know I'm still going to watch it, because I want to watch it unfold. I want to know the journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it really, I'm like, okay, I already know how they win.
Right.
Which, I mean, is not a spoiler, because...
they have to win, I mean, yeah. But Jesse has said that I was right about stuff, so I want to just put that out there for everybody.
Yeah, it's like go back and check if they want to.
Yeah,
right?
You could go listen to that episode. That was episode 11.
But yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's not cool to pass on spoilers like that for this.
Don't be an ass.
I do enjoy myself some spoilers, but I think there should be a market for spoilers. But I think it should be like a contained market that you could go consume if you want, and it should be allowed.
Okay, website idea. It's a completely black bar for a website.
Yeah,
and then you have to put in
the background.
Yeah, sure. And you have to put in a secret password, a specific password, which might be used, but you have to do that to get in to the website to see it. You're basically agreeing to the spoilers.
I think the problem is like if you do consolidate it into one spot.
I think it should be
you're gonna get sued by Disney because they're not gonna want you to have spoilers. Like nobody wants you to have spoilers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's why I think those people should ease up, and then we should just put it in one spot, and that spot can't get in trouble. But you can only go there. You would only go there if you wanted. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you have to like.
Yeah,
comply.
You have to comply.
And you have to put in the thing, or you can be sued. That would probably allow Disney or somebody to sue over spoiling. I think. If they agree to the spoilers area and they go in, but then they
still
take the
like
spoilers
stolen
out.
footage, right?
Well, I don't know. Yeah. I was thinking probably Disney should just do this now.
Yeah. Well, they should. But yeah, so don't look for them if you don't want to see them. And you might have accidentally seen some stuff. Don't overanalyze it.
Because it
probably
could be fake.
Well, maybe, but probably. I think actually like somebody was in the synopsis there, like it's clearly somebody with a camera in the like premiere or whatever. Yeah.
So stupid.
Don't look forward if you don't want to. If you want to and you want to find some great write-ups, they're all over the place and super easy to find. But Reddit is where I read mine. It was pretty good. There are definitely like threads and things like that you can find about it, but yeah, don't repost it for people. Don't be that sort of person, right? If you find something, enjoy it, and then like maybe save it. And if your friends are cool, send it to them on like Facebook chat, but don't post it back to your wall. But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy that they were able to get this out. Crazy what they chose to get out, and then I don't know. It might be a good hype move, right? Kind of everybody is still gonna go see it. Maybe more people are like more interested in seeing it now.
Because they're like, man, I thought this was gonna suck, but I guess not.
Nah, everybody in the world's gonna see this movie. This is one of those movies. There's like it's the end of something,
right? For sure.
But yeah, it comes out April 26th, I believe. So if you're one of those people that can watch movies like super early on Thursdays or something like that because you're super special, do that. If you're like normal people and you want to wait till the weekend, probably make sure you buy your tickets now. because they're probably starting to sell out. But yeah, that's coming out. Spoilers are there. Try not to.
It's coming out in a week, guys. So just be on the lookout.
Yeah, be vigilant.
Be ever so vigilant.
Yeah. Okay. And then we got time for another hot cake, you think, before we wrap up?
Yeah. I think so. I think the one that I'm going to talk about this week is the hashtag Free Britney.
And I know nothing about that. But I want to tell everybody the hotcakes that are getting ignored for this are the Galaxy Fold broken issues and the Carlton Fortnite dance. So if you want to know more about those, you're going to have to listen next week. All right. But hashtag Free Britney.
Hashtag Free Britney. So a lot of people are going to Twitter and using the hashtag Free Britney because I believe it was at the beginning of April or in March. I'm not sure.
Which Britney are we talking about?
Britney Spears.
Obviously. I don't know. I mean, actually, in this I assumed it was Britney Spears, but I didn't want to because I'm like in this new world of like pop stars.
So many Britneys.
I don't know people
Yeah. Well, Britney Spears. So we all know her. We all love her. Hit me, baby, one more time. So she
has a history of mental illness.
Has a history of mental illness that she has been working on since 2000.
Can I tell you
2008 Britney meltdown.
Free Britney's about. Is she in jail?
No. Well, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. I was just about to say she has a history of like, why are we surprised? Why are we trying to free her? She went over the edge.
Basically, Britney Spears, it was said that she had checked herself into a mental institution in the beginning of April because of like all the stress from like her father, his current health issues, which I don't know much about those. But then
we just know she's crazy. We don't know about the root cause.
Yeah. So we do know that it's because it said it was because at that time because of her father's illness.
Right.
However, I know nothing about his particular illness. Right. I didn't do any research on that. But so this was like a couple of weeks after she had put an indefinite hiatus on her show. She's not on a tour. Vegas, she's in Vegas. Yeah. And she basically is putting that on hold, and it may not ever happen. Well, so now people are believing that she hasn't been in a mental institution since April. They think it was like at the beginning of the year. She was forced into it by her father, who is a conservator or whatever since 2008 when she had her meltdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
he's basically her legal guardian.
Exactly, right. And he can put her and do with her whatever he pleases. Some of the like kind of conditions that she had to follow were
right, like she lost her.
She had to take her medication. Yeah. She had to. She couldn't drive a car or anything like that. And that was 2008. That was 11 years ago. And so everybody's kind of like, she's grown. She's kind of taking better care of herself. She's taking all those medications and stuff like that. And she seems to really be making progress. However, they wouldn't take her off conservator or take it away. So they believe that he has put her into a mental institution because she kind of broke some of those rules. Like she was driving a car with her long-term boyfriend at this point, I think, or fiance. I think she wanted to get new medication and she couldn't.
Right. And so, that's one side of the story. So maybe this story unfolded that
she was stopping taking
she was
her
being
medication.
Reasonable and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The other side of it is maybe she was actually going off the rails.
Yeah.
And that's the consequence of it. So I don't know that Free Britney, so right?
No, I think it's like people
maybe we should be like, let's find out all the information and then decide hashtag Britney.
Yeah, so people believe, though, that they're holding her against her will in this mental institution and she can't leave, and he refuses to let her leave.
And like somewhat, that is exactly what's going on because she might not have conservatorship or whatever of her own action. So like, it's against her will, but you don't give everybody their will if they're actually having a meltdown and going crazy. Like the process decided that he was supposed to represent, I don't know, like there's two sides to every coin. I am really interested to see how this actually folds out.
I would too. And it seems like she can still leave the mental facility. She could go get her hair done.
Restrain somebody.
Yeah, but she can't not.
She has to check in every day and probably do, all sorts of stuff.
It's very interesting. Very, very interesting what's going on. And I would love to know the truth.
Exactly.
That's what I want. Hashtag free Britney if Britney need to be free.
All right. Hashtag get her the help she needs.
Yeah. And she's been getting it. I think that's like a main thing that people like to point out is like they could have given her more freedom and she probably would have, none of this
She
would
seemed
be
like
happening.
It was 11 years ago, 12 years ago. Like her life has not been crazy that entire time.
Yeah.
So
she's produced music. She's taking care of her kids.
Right.
I love Britney Spears' Instagram feed is so beautiful because it's all of like pictures of her and her kids and her fiance, and a lot of the pictures of her kids are like Dragon Ball Z drawings that they're doing, and she's like, "Look, I'm so proud." And it's like, do you know that that's Goku? Does Britney Spears know Goku?
Yeah, she might know Goku.
She might know Goku. And
her kids are into Goku, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're super into Dragon Ball Z, and it's really cool, and Dragon Ball in general, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
I had no idea this was going on at all.
I didn't know until the gays told me.
She is, yeah.
They're always so informed on the
Britney Spears,
yeah.
How
do they stay so informed?
Yeah,
do they have a
about
newsletter?
People they grew up with,
Can I be on that newsletter? Somebody send that.
I think their newsletter is Twitter and Instagram. They're just on it 24/7.
I'm just so bad. Yeah, I'm so bad at it. So hashtag free Britney. You can look up more on the internet, on Twitter, our Twitter.
Our Twitter, yeah. This is a great way to end. Yeah.
I know. I do such a
lean
good
right
job.
into it. Our Twitter.
Yeah, at Co-op the Podcast. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can
find
go
us there.
check us out there.
COOP PODCAST. That's fine.
So you can also find us on YouTube, anywhere else podcasts are consumed, like iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, yada
all those places.
Yeah, Radio Public, wherever you can find us there. And while you're there, leave us a review and rate our podcast.
You can also find me on social media things at Jesse JESSE CO_OP Jesse Co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can find me on all those things too at Raven_Coop Co-op Raven_COOP.
Yeah.
That's where you can find me on those. And I post real good content. People love me.
My content's rare. It's few and far between, like a golden butterfly and a rainbow at the same time.
Beautiful. And a bowl of Lucky Charms that I'm eating while watching these things.
Yeah, you didn't have to prepare. It was just there.
Yeah.
That's how special it is.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
Yep, we're done. We're going to go have a good weekend and watch them Barry.
Barry. Barry.
It's good.
HBO.
So
it's
good.
good.
We'll talk about it
later.
Again, we have much exciting content already planned for next week. Make sure you tune in.
Ooh.
All right. Later, guys.
Okay, bye.